Oh, hello, yeah. I want to tell you something today that happened to me a few weeks ago. I did not make this up. I wish I had. I wrote it down, so please forgive me if I read it off the screen here and do not look constantly into the camera. I call this bit Limb of the Week, my left elbow. Well, this is not exactly a happy laudatory I'm starting here. It's more like about simple things in life can get a wee bit complicated at times. I had the situation a few weeks ago that, on 2 days in a row, I made 2 really lengthy phone calls with friends, each approximately 3 hours long. The calls, not the friends, but you've got that. Okay. In order to do so, I held the mobile set of my phone, as I always do, with my left hand. The left hand is being connected, how conveniently, to my left arm. So this meant that I had to bend my arm upwards the whole time through, of course. And no, usually I do not go on speakerphone. Well, this has changed since then. I do not change ears and hands and arms because my left hemisphere is in charge for phoning. My right hand and arm are clumsy with that and get tired and uncomfortable when holding the phone to my ear pretty quickly. My left hand and arm don't. And this is where the problem originates. On Monday, June 9th, 2008, the joint in my elbow had become kind of a war zone. A place of pain and a bit of swelling, well, not much, but palpable once in a while, that rendered my left arm to something of not much use for everyday chores like getting out of bed and getting into it, dressing and undressing, doing my hair, washing, conditioning, brushing, blow-drying, etc., opening windows, closing windows, looking through windows. Haha, no, just kidding. The looking part worked fine as always. Well, maybe I shouldn't brag about that too much, though. And typing on the computer keyboard got slower and clumsier and pain-inflicting, too. You don't believe or only imagine how many minuscule things are connected directly or indirectly with the use of a certain limb until exactly this limb says to you, "Hey man, I've got an issue." Well, admittedly, this is not part of world-changing wisdom I share here. Hell, it's not even news. But nevertheless, I deem it interesting and worth making a pause for and ponder about it, because the usual rhythm and trot of life gets stirred up, slowed down, thrown out of whack if something like this happens. And if I get handicapped by such a thing that comes all by itself, okay, maybe after I triggered it somehow, and influences my daily routine, forcing me to remodel my day partly and saying, or at least thinking, ouch, far more often than I usually do, well, that sets the good old trusted thinking muscle up here in motion. I look back on a small but interesting history of 4 break-a-toe incidents over the years. I've had serious trouble several times walking for days due to Charlie horse. And if a mosquito, not the exotic original, the local brand here in Germany, I might also call it an armed midge. If such an animal stings me, then usually there is hell to pay for me, due to an allergic reaction in the respective limb that got stung. Oh, and talking of allergies, animal hair makes me go, gee, some more air would be cool. Yeah, that's really serious. It's everything short of uttering the sentence, Luke, I am your father. I seriously would do that just in order to get some fun out of the asthmatic and noisy shortness of breath that I tend to suffer as soon as one member of the world's fauna gets too close to me and stays there for a while. There have been actually Chihuahua-sized dogs and even guinea pigs that were able to render this grown man that is talking to you here to a wimp on his way towards, "Oh, let's see what suffocation feels like." Looking at things and the way they are matter-of-factly, I ever so often declare that God's schedule and deadline of his spare time project, a whole world with living stuff and all, made from scratch within only 7 days, was a wee bit tight. Well, due to budget reasons, probably. And this didn't allow him to do the proper test runs and modifications of things as they would have been necessary. And that leaves us with a product that we are part of that somehow still is in its beta phase. Yes, in a way, we are all just beta testers. In moments and situations like the one I was back then, the elbow thing, I think that I'm kind of paying the bill for this fact a bit, as we all do, by going through a gazillion of other minor or not so minor problems that occur in the body, in the mind, or all around in society. And yet, I find the whole hodgepodge here on Earth pretty much okay, and interesting, and funny. And I delight in taking some time to think about things that annoy me, and heck yeah, that elbow thing was annoying. I think them through, watch them, and I watch myself from different angles, and somehow always find something good, or at least entertaining in them. Well, that keeps me going. And now I have to go to find the stop button.